Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Everything I say is alleged, my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. So I just happened to take a look at Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I haven't watched these shows in a minute because I just lost interest, but I decided to watch because I wanted to see first what happened to Spice. But really caught my eye is Bambi and Jessica. And I wanted to make this video because it's like, why do we as women, because I'm guilty of it too, why do we ignore those red flags? Why, if we see how they treat other women, do we think that this man is going to treat us differently from the way he treated these other women? Some of us see it with our own eyes. Some of us may go in not knowing, how they treat other women, and we just blown over by them charming our asses. But eventually they show their true colors. Now, I know some of them are charming mother effers, okay? They could talk you out your panties, talk you into giving up all your money, okay? Talk you into giving over your heart to them, okay? Prime example, have y'all seen that movie on Netflix called The Tender Swindler? I think that's the name of it. He was charming a whole bunch of women, and they ain't know nothing about each other until a lady uncovered his BS. I'm going to just give y'all a quick story of a dude I dealt with, right? This dude was a manly man. He fixed things around the house. He gave money for groceries. But guess what? He would disappear every now and then. You couldn't get in touch with him. But when he returned, he was getting them groceries. He was, laying it down. He was fixing stuff around the house. But after I figured out that routine, and I'm like, wait a minute, this must be his MO. And then when you start asking questions, you get the whole gaslighting scenario. Nah, that's not what I'm doing. You the love of my life. I would never do that to you, until he got caught, okay? But I say all that to say, before I get into Bambi and Jessica White, like, how long you ignore the red flags? How long do you stay before you decide to walk away? See, one thing I know is for women, we are very emotional. And if we really in love and our heart is in it, we there for the long haul until we had enough. When a woman's fed up, a woman's fed up. For me, what I learned and what I ain't doing is accepting no more BS. Soon as I see something I don't like, I'm letting it be known. If the habit don't change, I'm out. I ain't playing no more games because life is too short and your time is valuable. But let me get on to Bambi and Jessica White. So I'm going to start with Jessica White. She comes on the show. She lets us know how she was this top model. She's related to Love and Hip Hop because she came into modeling when, hip hop was merging with fashion, all her accolades. But then she goes into her love life with Nick Cannon and how she was with him for 8 years. He was the man that was going to stop her from dating. She wanted this man to be the father of her children. Turns out she got pregnant, had a miscarriage, and after that, she found out he had a baby with another woman on the way. She went from being Jessica White, this supermodel, to being a harem member. And in my mind, I was just thinking, like, it was all over social media, all over the news, all these kids Nick was having in this 8 years. He got about 12 kids right now, if I'm not mistaken. So at what point in them 8 years did you realize that he was seeing other women, that he was having all of these children, and that you wasn't that special? And I don't mean no disrespect by that. But what I'm saying is, I know you had to see those red flags, but what kept you there? Now, I know the affairs of the heart is a serious thing. I get it. But what does love got to do with it? You know what I mean? At some point, you got to open them eyes and see things for what they are. And a serious question, like, what kept you there? Because it's not like you ain't have your own accolades. You was a supermodel. So, like, what kept you there? What made you realize he wasn't for you, that he didn't love you? So let's move on to Bambi. Now, Bambi, she married Scrappy, had 3 beautiful children. They was living a life. But now things are going downhill. We find out that Bambi knew his character and she accepted certain things. But when he started getting to become an a-hole and arrogant with her, that's when things had to change. She said currently they filing for a divorce. Bambi said Scrappy would say he wants to fight for his family, but will go on social media and do some crazy stuff. So now Bambi is in a place where she has to take her 3 beautiful children and find a place to live because Scrappy is not paying his half of the rent, which is kind of foul because you got 3 children with this woman. But you know what that is? He don't want you to live in that house and be living like you want to live. And he can't see another man being up in there with you. Well, that is. But my whole thing is, you said you accepted certain things. Like, did you not see how he did Erica, Shay, and even Diamond, who is back with him too? Allegedly, and the ink ain't even dry on the divorce papers. This man has a track record. We see how he treat these ladies. He seemed to be the man. That's the man. But the women always end up taking care of him. Now, I ain't saying Bambi took care of him. But the way Bambi complained about he ain't know nothing about those other bills, I don't know. But the fact that she had to pay half instead of him paying all the damn rent is kind of a problem. In my eyes, anyway. So my question for Bambi is, what are the certain things you accepted that made it okay for you to want to marry this man? What was in his character that made you want to marry this man despite all of that? What was those red flags that was ignored? That's all I really want to know. So ladies out there, do you ignore the red flags because you're seeing potential? Do you ignore the red flags because you think he'll never treat me like he treated those other women? Do you ignore the red flags because it's a matter of the heart? For me, I've done them all. But for me, I've been in enough relationships, once married, now divorced, to know at this point, I know what I want. I know what I'm not accepting. So I see those red flags from the door. But ladies, this is for the ladies. Come in the comment section and let me know how y'all feel about those red flags. And do it hold true what Tina Turner said. What's love got to do with it at the end of the day? Okay? That's all I got. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when my next video comes out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.